it's Valentine's Day, I thought I would use this heart mould, and I'm going to make some pocket hug hearts, which I've never done. I've made little boo buddies for Halloween. I'll leave that link up there. And yeah, so I want to see if I can make some pocket hug hearts, and I think I want to try that Geode effect. I've seen Sally from All Aboard Resin Creations doing it, and who else? Somebody else. Can't remember who. I will credit them as well if I can find who it was. So it works by laying down some micas and glitters in your mould and then pouring Aqua Cast on top, or eco resin, doesn't have to be Aqua Cast. So that's what I'm using. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay down some of my micas and my glitters and see how we go. So let's have a look. I think I'll put down this chunky glitter, I think. Well, yeah, chunky glitter first. Let's have a go. Okay, I want to try one more thing, which is to use some cornflour, because I do want quite a bit of depth, but I don't want to waste all of my mica and glitter, because I don't know how usable it will be afterwards. So I'm just going to take some cornflour and see if I can get some kind of depth using that, or will it mix in with my resin, my eco resin. I don't know, will it dissolve? Cornflour does dissolve in water, and you mix eco resin with water. Okay, so I'm going to pile that in there. And do I want to put anything on it? Yeah, maybe I'll try some glitter and some mica. Let's go with a bit of glitter. And let's try this dark purple mica. Deeper purple, I should say. It's not very dark. Purple's not my favourite colour, but it is an amethyst, which is February's birthstone, and my mum's just had her 82nd birthday, so I am just going with the trend for now. All right, I'm just going to try these first and see how they come up. I'm going to mix 50 grams of powder and 17 grams of water to the Aqua Cast, and once that's mixed I'll be back and see what happens when we pour it. Okay, I've got my Aqua Cast mixed up, and I think it should be good. I've poured it on the slightly thicker side because I don't want it to dislodge all of this mica. Maybe it's too thick, I don't know. Just pour that. Right, let me pour this first and then I'll tap, as that was definitely shaking about. Okay. Oh, that one's pretty good. That's not bad. Need a little bit more in there. And a little bit more in there as well. Not a bad guess. Okay. So I'm going to leave those now, and once they've set, see a lot of bubbles coming up. That won't be a bad thing. It will hopefully make it look like natural stone. So I'll be back once I'm ready to demold these. See you then. Okay, these are set now, so I think I can demold them. So let's have a quick look. Oh, that's pretty. I need to brush out the insides. Let me get a stencil brush. Now I've got a stencil brush which is a little bit more firm, so I can brush out the pieces. That's quite pretty. I'll finish brushing that in a minute. Let's get the other one out. So this was the next glittery piece. Okay, looks like I got some seepage under there. So let me just see if that's actually, where's my, there we go. I want to know how deep that, because I've got those pieces underneath the glass. And it looks like that's what happened. The Aqua Cast flowed in between because the chunks were quite big. But that's a pretty good effect as well. I quite like that. So not so much texture there, more sort of terrazzo finish. But that's quite pretty also. Right, now this is the one with the cornflour in it, so let's see what happened with that. Well, I managed to pick all the cornflour out, but will it come out of the centre, or is it all liquid? Oh, yeah, it does come out. Can I pick it out? Yes, I can. Okay, so it's still soft. It does feel damp, but it is removing. It hasn't stuck or become part of the Aqua Cast. And wow, I have got a really deep texture in there too, and I still have some of the glitter has stuck to the Aqua Cast. Gosh, that's really deep texture in there. That's like a Grand Canyon. So I don't have so much mica or glitter bonded to it, but to be honest with you, I think I can probably use some UV resin and glitter to infill some of that, because it is so deep. That's interesting. I think I'm going to want to explore that a little bit further. Okay, so let me clean this mess up and I will show you a little bit more detail, and we'll do something with this. They do need to dry though, so I'm going to put them on the radiator to dry for a little while, and then I will be back. Okay, so I'm going to give you a close-up of each one. That's really pretty. I sanded a little bit more to expose these, they're glass chips, which I got from Amazon. So I think that's beautiful. I really like that one. And got this one. I wish I didn't have quite so much random spray from the glitter, but I really like that one. I love the touches of blue that are in there as well. Now this one, this is the Cornflour one. So again, I've got random distribution of the glitter, which, yeah, I'm not keen on that. I wish that hadn't happened. I would prefer this to be completely clean, but a lot of the mica and glitter did not stick because, you know, I had the cornflour in there. So I've still got a little bit of cornflour in there too, which I'm trying to remove. But it is, the cornflours come out really easy, and I'm left with quite a large divot. It's pretty much a gorge. So now I want to add some of the glitter and the cornflour, no, not cornflour. I want to add some of the glitter back into this. I'm going to use some acrylic varnish. Let me just zoom in for you. Into the middle. I've just got some acrylic varnish here, and I'm going to put a bit on my mat. I'm going to use that same stencil brush, and I don't want a lot of it, so I'm just going to start patting that in the bottom of this, what do you call it, divot, crevice. Now I'm going to take my glitter, I want my silver glitter, and I'm going to pour a good chunk of that. I should have put that on paper. That was a little bit silly. An eager beaver. Right, I'm just going to get a piece of paper and I can tip that off. So I'm going to let that sit and dry now. Let me add some to this one as well. Just a few little bits. Bring that paper back in. Just move that out of the way. quite like this one, but I think I'm going to add just a tiny bit to that as well, just in some areas that I think are a little bit empty. Okay, let me sprinkle the glitter on top. I'll get the loose glitter off afterwards. Okay, leave them to dry and I'll be back. I've just decided to have another go at this and a play. So I'm just going to pop some of this blue mica, just random bits. And the purple too. Okay, and I've got the cornflour here, so I want to put that in this gap here. Okay, I'm going to leave that. Glittery pieces, try that. Brush here. I'm just going to get that out of the next mould, and I mix up a tiny bit of the Aqua Cast. Okay, I've just eyeballed it and mixed up some Aqua Cast. Okay, I think that's going to be enough. Okay, I'm going to let that sit and I'll be back. Okay, I couldn't stop playing, so I've made another one which I didn't show on camera, but I think these are ready to demold now, so let me zoom in. And this is the one where I put the cornflour all the way to the edge. So I'll take that out. It feels a little damp still. Let me find my brush. Where did I put my brush? There we go. Let's see if I can get that cornflour out. You can see it has absorbed quite a lot of the water. Oh, I'm just going to scrape that out. Could rinse it actually, I would think. Just wash it off with some water. But equally I can just leave this to dry for a little bit and then should be able to brush off anything that's just sitting there. I'm spreading the mica around. Okay. That's some really, really good effects. Let's get this other one out. Again, I used some cornflour and micas and glitter and a few of the glass shards as well. I love the depth that you can get if you use the cornflour. But that's almost going to be in half. I guess you've got to be careful about that. But yeah. Lovely. Let me move this out of the way. I've got an awful lot of cleanup to do. But yes, I think these need to dry. My other ones have been drying on the radiator just over there. But I think these are beautiful. Now, because they are made of Aqua Cast, which is porous, you could, if I don't do anything else to them, put some scent on the back and they will become scent stones. I think I would probably be inclined just to put a thin layer of varnish or UV resin over the glitter parts along the cracks, just to seal that. But if you leave everything else as it is, I see no reason why they wouldn't work as a scent stone. Either that, you know, over and above that, they are just really pretty and would make great bowl fillers, pocket hugs, whatever. I love this technique. I know I'm going to be doing some more with this. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, comment in the box below, because it all helps our channels if you interact. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. There's quite a few videos coming out next week. There's 2 videos coming out next week. And I would love it if you would join me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye.